Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great myself because on the day I'm recording this, the state of play happened. And apparently a lot of people didn't even know it was happening. Which might be for the better in all honesty because this state of play was just not it. All I can say about it, it was certainly a state of play of all time. But yeah, for those of you who missed it, basically Capcom just carried it with Resident Evil and Street Fighter. Now I understand Sony did announce before the state of play it was going to be third-party stuff. They never said anything about first party. But even for just a third-party showcase, this was just not it. At first, when I didn't know it was only third-party, I was upset there wasn't Spider-Man or anything, but then once I figured that out, I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I don't think anybody should be upset that there wasn't first-party stuff there. I think people should just be upset that the third-party stuff was pretty trash for the most part. Also, from what I've seen, PSVR 2 is getting off to a rough launch in terms of games. I don't know how the actual system itself is, but they announced a few things today, and they all look like tech demos in all honesty. Then again, that is typical for VR. The whole thing is basically one massive tech demo. But whatever, that's not why you guys are here. Because as you could tell by the title, the amazing Lucas, you know, he was a little bit salty over how bad this state of play was. And on top of that, you know, JayTech, everybody's favorite PlayStation fanboy, he automatically assumed that a bunch of the stuff being shown was PlayStation exclusive. And after convincing himself that the stuff shown was PlayStation exclusive, he proceeded to celebrate that it wouldn't be on Xbox, even though it will be. Just a really, I don't know, petty thing to do. But before we get into that, a brief message from this video's sponsor. Now, as you guys know, anybody can find anything on the internet nowadays. And this includes full legal names, personal emails, your home address, phone numbers, even relatives. And before recording this segment of the video, I actually looked up some of my friends' names on the internet just to see what I could find. And to my horror, I was instantly able to find a bunch of information about them simply by typing their first and last name. And this is all accessible because of data brokers who make profit by finding your personal information and then selling it to robocallers, telemarketers, scammers, and anybody else. Which is why I'm happy to talk to you about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura identifies data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submits opt-out requests on your behalf. They can even go as far as to opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. If you're interested, you can use my link at the top of the description to try Aura for 2 weeks for free and see how many data brokers are sharing your information. Or you can use the QR code I have displayed on the screen right now. But wait, there's more. Aura also monitors your emails and passwords to see if they were involved in a data breach. It'll even tell you if your information was exposed on the dark web, and it'll give you recommendations on what to do. On top of this, Aura also has a VPN, password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internal parental controls, and it protects your devices from malware. You can see with the graph on screen how much money this is saving you. You can let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online for you by using my link. And trust me, you'll be shocked by how much information Aura finds over those 2 weeks. Go to aura.com/KlutzyKing to start your free trial, or click the link in the description below. Or use the QR code on the screen right now. Again, thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video. But with all that said, let's go ahead and get right into this.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League arrives on PS5 later this year. We'll be back with more announcements soon. Thanks for watching.
We don't need any more announcements. We're good. Like, we're honestly good. We're done. We're done. We're done, bro. You've disappointed enough. You've disappointed enough. We're good. Thank you.
Oh my god, you could just see the pure sadness and salt in his eyes. I almost feel bad for him, almost. But after all the trash this man has talked over the last few years, it's honestly glorious to see this. And I think this is one of the few times he's actually said something base. Yeah, this show was incredibly disappointing. Even though it was only for third parties and VR stuff, it was still disappointing. And I actually put up a meme in a community post that Minx sent me, and I saw one of the comments, and it said that Sony should have to pay Capcom for how hard they carried the event, and I absolutely agree. I honestly think that if Capcom wasn't there, the event would have been a 1 out of 10. But anyway, back to Lucas. I love how he's like, oh, we're done here, we're done, you've disappointed enough, and then just takes a depressed sip of Gatorade. Saltily sips Gatorade. Actually, I don't like that. Salty Gatorade sounds disgusting. Ugh. Sorry for putting that image in your head.
Wait, didn't they say they were coming back? Why is there a black screen? Didn't they say there was more? They did say there was more, right? Did they not say there was more? And then they just cut it?
Yeah, that was actually extremely confusing. What a way to end an event. I think the commentator screwed up her line or something like that. She's like, yeah, we'll be back with more. And then a few seconds later, it just ends the stream. I don't know what happened there, but God, if that clip right there does not summarize how most people feel about the event, then I don't know what will. Wanna know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of those videos where people are talking about how like, oh, Madden is like a copy paste every year. And then they go into like the practice mode or whatever, and they use the free cam, and they zoom in on logos of previous Maddens in the practice mode, because EA can't be bothered to even update all the assets correctly to make it look like they're not copying and pasting. Yeah, those two just give off very similar vibes.
Didn't they say that? Trash. This was trash. This was an absolutely horrible show. A horrible show. This is probably one of the worst state of plays that I've ever seen.
Finally, something we can agree on, Luke, is this was easily the worst state of play I have ever seen. I don't know if it's the worst ever, but it's definitely the worst I've ever seen. So yeah, a little bit of salt there featuring our best friend Lucas. But don't worry, that was just the beginning, because now it's time to go to JayTech's stream. And good lord, just brace yourselves, because the levels of pettiness that are about to be displayed are off the charts.
Oh, okay, I gotta hurry up.
Nigga, I'm signing up now.
February 28th.
Oh, I love it. Is this game coming out for Xbox? Because it's only available for PS5,
No.
PS4, and Steam.
No,
The
no,
game,
it's
the game is not going to Xbox.
not. It never was announced for Xbox.
I love it.
You guys heard him, he loves the fact that this game isn't coming to Xbox. Which, by the way, the game he's talking about is Wayfinder. And during the State of Play, they announced the beta, I believe, which comes out on the 28th. And basically, the beta is not available for Xbox players. It's available for PlayStation and PC, but not Xbox, unfortunately. But JayTech, you know, being the petty fanboy that he is, decided that's a good thing. But what makes this even better is the game is coming to Xbox, at least from what I've seen. It's just the beta that's not on Xbox. But this idiot, in his desperation to believe everything bad about Xbox, instantly believes that, oh, it's not coming to Xbox, and oh, it was never announced. Even though, as you saw from the screenshot earlier, it clearly is. God, these fanboys are so pathetic. They are so desperate to believe anything bad about the opposing console. They're actually just making up lies now. And then they love the lies that they make up in their own heads. God, imagine being this pathetic.
Skate 3, that was a nice little surprise.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
We know I've been wanting that game.
I like the fact that we took a PC exclusive and we didn't give one. Like, I fucks with that.
Jay, you on me, though.
I don't care. I don't
saw
care.
that shit,
We
bro.
took
I was
one.
like,
We didn't give one.
of their games, bro.
Yeah, it's great that PlayStation players can play a game that they previously couldn't. But I love how it's only okay when a game that's exclusive to another console or another system comes to PlayStation. But the second a PlayStation game comes to PC, then that's no good. Like, God, I have never seen something this pathetic before. Oh my God, guys, I'm so happy that we took one, but we didn't give one. Screw those guys. Like, could you imagine being a grown man in your 30s and unironically saying and believing this crap? You know what? If you guys ever need to feel better about yourselves, come back and watch this video, because you'll realize that no matter how low you may sink, you will never be as petty and pathetic as these guys. You know what? I can't handle this. I need some sugar. I got one Jolly Rancher left. Anybody want this? One like equals one Jolly Rancher. God, that was dumb. All right, let's keep going.
Minecraft dungeon, and on top of all of that, we get Battlefield 2042.
2042, yep.
And we're getting Tachia, day one.
Yes, that's a day one PlayStation Plus title. And I was like, I kept saying, bro, I'm not buying that. I'll play it, but I ain't buying that.
Wait a minute, I thought a huge PlayStation fanboy argument was, oh, Xbox players never buy games, they just rent them through Game Pass, they never support the developers. But now you're saying, oh, I was never gonna buy these games, I was never gonna support the developers, I was just gonna wait for them to come to PS Plus. Get the hell out of here. And also, I love how they always trash on Game Pass and say how bad it is, but as soon as PlayStation does the same thing, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, look at all these great games we got. Like Battlefield 2040 goddamn 2. But hey, if you're so excited about Battlefield, then you should have been on Xbox, my guy. Game Pass has had that game since November. But oh, sorry, I forgot. Game Pass bad, PS Plus good.
Hey, DJ, we gonna talk about that, but just give me 1 minute to say something. I'm happy to announce that Game Pass is garbage, and we're getting Ghostwire Tokyo on PlayStation Plus before it goes to Game Pass. Eat it!
Oh yeah.
Just eat it!
I swear, Jay, you are.
It's on screen. Eat it!
Yo,
And I ain't gonna take it off the screen either. Eat it!
I genuinely cannot get over the fact that this is a man in his 30s. Dude, I am 19. I should not be more mature than you. And don't get me wrong, I'm immature as well, but this guy makes me look like a wise old man who's gone through every single war in human history and knows all the secrets of the damn universe. No, way better idea. This guy makes me look like Sensei Wu from Ninjago. Oh, that was a good show. But anyway, I love how he's like, oh, Game Pass is trash when he was so excited about getting 2042 earlier, and you know 2042 has been on Game Pass for way longer. And on top of that, why are you so excited about Ghostwire Tokyo? Wasn't that game like not very good? And on top of that, again, back to the whole supporting the developers thing. I thought PlayStation players bought all their games and actually supported the developers. Are you just gonna use the subscription service? That's a bit hypocritical. Why did you not buy the Super Mega Deluxe Ultra version on day one? Filthy Xbox. I can't say it with a straight face. I'm sorry, I can't. And also, that one chat in the top right just says everything you need to know. This man unironically said only Microsoft events all deserve negative scores. How you could say that and still take yourself seriously is beyond me. But it's like Gara said, if you work in a circus, then all you're really doing is competing against other clowns. But really quick before we end this video, I just want to show off one more thing. It's just like an ultimate bit of irony, I guess you could call it. So a couple months ago, JayTech made a video, and this was the thumbnail he used for it, basically calling out that like Xbox doesn't have an identity or, you know, any games or whatever. Well, after the state of play, somebody made this meme, and I don't think I need to explain the beautiful irony. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys on that note. So with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will catch you all next time.